Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, Conference Realignment. Let's talk about it. So after the bombshell that was dropped on the college football world that the Mountain West was being poached by the Pac-12, what the remnants of the Pac-12, the Pac-2, there has now been kind of a frenzy going on. What's going to happen next? What is the Pac-12 planning? In this video, I'm going to show you the second most likely scenario to happen here, in my opinion. The first being one of these conferences collapses, and that would be the least messy way I would see it happening. But this is my opinion. Let me know what you think below, and we'll get right into it. So the Pac-12 editions, this is after the first four Mountain West editions. I think they take one more, and that is UNLV. I don't think they want Nevada at all. And UNLV is kind of tied to Nevada, but I think that gets worked around, whether it's by next year or a year later. That remains to be seen. But I don't think Nevada will be tied to their hip because I just don't think the Pac-12 needs brands, and they're going to go after some big dogs. UTSA, I think they're going to grab. I think it's going to be an easy grab for them. I think if this was offered to them, UTSA wouldn't think about it. Tulane would be a decently hard get, but if the money's there, I think Tulane would jump. North Texas would jump if the other two would definitely go as well. So I think those are three American schools that they're going to be able to snag. And you see Memphis is missing from here because I think that Memphis is holding out hope that the ACC attempts to maybe grab another team at some point, and they're hoping it's going to be them. It's a risky prediction by me that Memphis wouldn't jump at this scenario. I just don't think Memphis would be getting enough more money if they went over here to the Pac-12. Next, the Mountain West. This is one that I left my head being scratched about. I was like, I have no idea what's going to go on here. I think they take two FCS schools from Montana and Montana State. I think those are the two most likely scenarios. I don't think North Dakota State, South Dakota State, I don't think any of those four are going to be willing to make that jump up. They're so far away from nearest schools. I just don't think it'd make too much sense for them, and also their powerhouse is down there, so why not continue that? New Mexico State and UTEP coming over from the Conference USA. This was kind of a shot in the dark for me. I tried to play with the idea that they would try to snag like Liberty. I'm just not sure if they wanted to stretch that far. I believe Liberty's in Virginia, so I just had a hard time. So thinking like what makes sense geographically, even though conferences are kind of throwing that out the window, it kind of makes sense for a smaller conference. So what could they grab? And those are the two schools that came to my mind. Both are not performing well, but to keep alive the Mountain West, you got to keep going. American editions. I think Air Force jumps from the Mountain West over to the American. Not because the American necessarily needs this team. They are going to be losing some teams in our scenario here, but this adds one of those back, and it keeps it gets the military schools all under the same roof. And I think Air Force would make this decision prior to the UNLV move, just because of the fear tactics. I think. And our final move, which is maybe the least likely thing to happen, but we're going to throw it in there. Conference USA has managed to scoop up Tarleton State from the FCS. They've already got Delaware and Missouri State coming in next season, but since our scenario did call for two schools to leave, they got two coming in. That kind of replenishes themselves, but they believe this gets them to 10 schools. And then touching back on the Pac-12 real fast. The master plan here, I think, is to get back to 12. I think that they would hope the ACC implodes and Cal and Stanford come crawling back. I think that's what they want to happen. They just can't make that move now. Cal and Stanford are locked in. So they're going to get to 10. You need 8 for a conference. I think you need 10 for a conference title game. So I think this will hold them over until they see what happens with the ACC. Possibly a Memphis edition if the ACC continues to crumble. Maybe they go to the Big 12. I don't know. But those are my conference predictions kind of going forward in the second. Like, I might end up making another one where one of these conferences folds, but it doesn't look good for all of them staying alive. But we'll see how that gets shaken out over the coming probably year or two. Of further conference realignment, and they'll be making these videos, in a few years again when the ACC comes tumbling down, maybe. Let me know what you think below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.